What's up, Wayfinders, and good morning from Epcot, where today we are rope dropping the park, and then we have a special surprise coming a little bit later. So let's go ahead and get on into today. All right, so like I mentioned this morning, I did get here for rope drop at Epcot. And of course, on our rope drop episode that dropped not too long ago on the podcast, I talked about that for Epcot, since you get dropped off in two different places, either the front of the park near Spaceship Earth or the back of the park near Remy's, that you need to kind of adjust your strategy based off of where you're dropped off at. Well, of course, I went against our advice today because I got dropped off at the back of the park, and I decided to rope drop Guardians because I have not done that on this trip yet. And man, let me tell you, if you're rope dropping Guardians, it's definitely worth it, but you are going to be in a sea of humanity. That is where everybody is going. It didn't take too long, maybe only about 20 minutes for me in total, but that is where everybody's going. So again, if you're coming in through World Showcase, I would still highly suggest trying to do Remy's or Frozen, just because A, it's a shorter walk to those. But then B, that is, I mean, everybody that's coming in through the front of the park, that is where they're going to Guardians. So again, is it worth it? Sure. If you want to do Guardians, do whatever you want to do at rope drop, but just know that it may add a little bit more stress onto your day. This is a ride that I would suggest doing right before park close. Hop in about 5-10 minutes before the park closes and knock that out. But still, we did it, had a great time, got a new song, I Ran So Far Away by Flock of Seagulls. It was awesome. So we're off to a great morning. I want to do one other thing here at Epcot, and then we have got a special surprise coming your way that's only going to be able to happen over at Magic Kingdom. So stay tuned, and we'll be back in just a second. All right, so I've been talking up our surprise all week. Look who I found! It's Mike and Myra, and we are about to do something really cool. We are about to go into the brand new DVC Lounge here at Magic Kingdom. It just opened up here recently, and we are looking forward. None of us have gone into it before, so we are looking forward to seeing what it's all about, and we'll make sure to show you guys, let you guys know what we think too. But we're excited. We'll be in just a minute. We have had a lot of fun here at Magic Kingdom so far today. The new DVC Lounge here is really, really cool. We loved the aesthetic of it. We just felt like it was a nice use of that space. Very open. Of course, you have the air conditioning, the snacks. Very, very nice. So if you were a DVC member, this is a great new spot to come in and stop and to hang out. We all three enjoyed it a lot. So we have had, like I said, a great time here. I think we're about to hop on over to Epcot though, hang out there, do some festival offerings. You just heard the train there. The train is excited about our plans for the rest of the day. And we might come back to Magic here a little bit later myself, just because it is open till 11 tonight, which is a little bit later than normal. So we'll check back in a little bit later though. All right, friends, so we have been rocking and rolling since we left Magic Kingdom. We went to Epcot, kind of just, you know, it's been so hot this afternoon. Really, we just did as many of the inside things that we could, and also went around and tried some different things from festival booths. We had some conch fritters, which were really, really good. They came with a key lime aioli, which we all agreed was a little bit different, but it was actually really, really good. And then we went on over and had a lemon tart from the Odyssey, which was delicious. It was also part of the Garden Graze Challenge. So that was a great way to knock off another one of the challenges. And then we had some potato pancakes over at the Germany booth. And this one came with applesauce. I'm not gonna lie, there was two versions of this, and one had applesauce, one had ham and onions. I think the one with ham and onions probably would have been a little bit better, but the one with applesauce was another one on the Garden Graze Challenge, so that's why we went with that one. And then we had some bread pudding also from Germany. That was not at a booth, that's just a normal get. And man, when I tell you, that is incredible. You know, Mike loves his snacks, so he knows good snacks. That bread pudding in Germany was incredible and was definitely worth the get, and you can get that all year round at Germany. So if you're ever in Germany, make sure to stop by and get that bread pudding. You're not going to regret it. But then after that was done, we went and rode Remy's, and then we hopped on over here to Hollywood Studios now, where we're hanging out for a little bit. And again, today is just one of those days where it's really hot, so we're just trying to do the best we can to cool off. So there's plenty of options to do that. So watch shows, take advantage of going through shops. You can walk through the shops, look at some stuff, while also going across the park. So just trying to do little things like that to pass the time and to stay cool. But we're gonna do some other stuff, so make sure to track with us, and we'll be back in a little bit. All right, friends, so we had a wonderful day here at Hollywood Studios, able to avoid as much of the sun as we could. It was a very hot day. But now we're on our way to Wilderness Lodge for a new dining experience, at least to me. Mike and Myra have done it before, but I'm really excited to try it out. So I'll tell you more about it when we get over to Wilderness Lodge. All right, so we're here at Wilderness Lodge, where we are going to be eating at Whispering Canyon Cafe. This is one that is a really great family experience from what I have been told. And they have a lot of fun here. It's a great atmosphere for a sit-down meal, especially with your families, like I said. And so we're going to try it out. Me for the first time. Mike and Myra have been here before, and we'll let you know what we think once we're done. All right, friends, so we got back from Wilderness Lodge now, and just wanted to do a quick one-word review of it. Honestly, incredible. Super fun atmosphere. Had the best time getting to hang out there with Mike and Myra, which was also added so much to the experience. But the food was phenomenal. And honestly, it is one, if you're going with your family and you want to have a truly unique and just different type of dining experience, I think that's one you should definitely consider. You know, a lot of it is skillets, so it's a family style skillet that you're gonna get with some meats, some veggies, things like that. I got the pig one, which focuses with ribs and pulled pork and sausage, things like that. Very, very good, and honestly, pretty good pricing too. So we'll go in more details about it on the podcast, but this is the last vlog for this trip. And so just wanted to do kind of a final recap. It's been a wonderful, wonderful week. We got a lot of great food and we had a lot of fun. Today was awesome, getting to try out the brand new DVC Lounge with Mike and Myra. That was a really cool opportunity that, you know, I wasn't expecting to have this week, but thankful that I was able to run into them and that we were able to do that together, because that was really a ton of fun. But yeah, this trip has been definitely a little bit different. I was not expecting the crowd-wise to have kind of as good of a week as we had in the middle of spring break season. I don't know if I just hit it at the right moment or what, but crowds all week were manageable rather than just feeling like you were suffocating. It got a little busier today, as you know, we're heading into a weekend, but other than that, it's been really, really fun. Now, our next big trip will be later in the summer, and I'm excited to talk about that as we get closer to, because we are going to the West Coast in June for a trip out to Disneyland. So we will cover that more as we get closer to it, and that's when the next vlogs will come out on our channel. But hey, if you're not already, make sure you're following along with the podcast, because the podcast will continue to turn out episodes until we're able to be back here on YouTube again. But I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you for checking in this week and bearing through some of our technical difficulties. And I'll talk to you again real soon.